The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the February 24th, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. And more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, you can always send me an email. You can send it to Steve at TFNN.com. And inside the subject heading, if you'd be kind enough to put radio show question, and of course, in our Tiger's Den, well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, got all the USNCs trading to the downside. The Dow's off 669 points, a little over 2%. That's really the lead. The New York Stock Exchange down just a tad more. The S&P's off 47 points, 1%. NASDAQ 117 points, basically flat. It's down 0.1%. Russell's off 7, 0.3%. Semis are down 25. That's about 0.8. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, you got Palo Alto Networks up $45, nearly 10%. Mercado Libre, $43, nearly 5%. Amazon, 32, 1%. ServiceNow, 6% or $32. IDEX Laboratories up $22. That's nearly 5%. To the downside, Booking Holdings, $257, 10%. EPAM Systems down nearly 13% or 53. United Therapeutics off 14% or 27. Public, I don't know what that is. Public JT stock. I don't even know what that is. SVB Financial off 23 or 4%, and Signature Bank down about 7% or 22 buckaroonies. So let's do this here. Let's go take a look at what the equity futures charts are communicating to you and I. So begin. Give me a moment here. We're going to switch and we're going to take a look at the daily. We'll start with the daily charts. So we'll get those up on our screen. And on the daily chart, you've got the ES-Min in the upper left-hand corner. What do we see? Today is going to become bar number 9 of ATD9 count. Prices testing the hammer candle from that January 24th level. A close below that could suggest lower price, could suggest an A to B equals CD to the downside. That low out there is 42.1275. So you'll want to watch that during the day. If there is a bullish reversal candle that forms, the only one that I can see, well, I can't completely say that. One of those candles that could form by day's end, you could get a hammer candle. Right now, you've got you're trying to form a little hammer candle, both inside the Russell 2000 as well as inside the NQ out there. But at 1:09 in the afternoon, kind of hard to call what the end of day looks like out there, and we're not going to do that. But if you were to see a bullish reversal candle, then you'd have a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. What would that signal to us? That would signal that the counter trend rally, and you've got to expect a counter trend rally. The question is when. But you would then expect a counter trend rally. If you get that signal, a counter trend rally, I'll get it out, don't worry about it, should take us to the oscillator and change line. So in the case of the ES-Mini, that's 43.27. No, that is not the call I am making right now. Just kind of, we're taking a look at the charts. We're going to take a look at both sides of the trade, right? We always have to look at both sides of the trade. So you've got a bottoming pattern that is forming. That's TD9. Now, the low of that pattern can form tomorrow. So it doesn't have to be today's low out there. And again, you've got those Rhodes momentum indicator signals triggered for the ES, the NQ, and the Russell, not for the Dow. The Dow is also forming bar number 9. The Dow is weaker than the other two out here. It is trading below that January 24th low bringing into play an A to B equals CD to the downside. Back over to the NQ in the upper right-hand side, you can see this is also going to become bar number 9. You could get a bullish reversal candle that would signal a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. That would then suggest to move up to that oscillator and change line that's currently printed at 13,900. The Russell 2000 really has just been trading sideways for a couple of weeks out here, so not much more to report on that. So now let's go from that to what has transpired overnight, what has transpired through us coming on air as we speak. So we're going to go to those 30-minute time frame charts. So again, I'm going to change screens. In the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see the ES Mini. The ES Mini at about 3:30 this morning, 3:30 this morning, generated at 3 o'clock, generated a nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern. That pattern is still in play out here. But what has not transpired is a counter trend rally would take the ES Mini up to the 42.24 level. That's a TD9 count breakdown level. And you can see by taking a look at the NQ, that's the area that's under attack right now. So the NQ has been strongest, but we've only seen one close above that level being the 13,517.75 area. If you get 2 consecutive closes above that, then the NQ is signaling to you and I is that it wants to make a move to the 13,860. Right now, price is sitting right at where that counter trend move should end. So the NQ is going to be something you want to really watch. If you take a look at the Dow equity future contract, lower left-hand panel, you will see how price ran into resistance at the 32,487 level. 32,487, that was the TD9 count breakdown area. In the case of the Russell 2000, its level is 1944. You can see how that has acted as resistance. So those are the key areas to watch throughout the rest of the afternoon for you to get a signal as to what the intent of the markets are. But what we can say at 1:12 in the afternoon, we've had a bit of an oversold bounce, and prices run right up to where a counter trend rally should end. Will it end there or not? That I can't tell you. Not because I can't tell you, because I can't tell you. But what we do know is if you get all 4 of these future contracts above those TD9 count breakdown levels out there, there's likely more rally to come. So now we have a request in the den. Can we take a look at the 2-hour charts for the ES Mini? We absolutely can. So give me a moment here. We'll change screens. We'll pop our 8-panel charts up here. You'll see that momentarily. I say momentarily. I've got to find it. Now I found it. Now I've got to change screens. And momentarily we'll be right there. So here when you take a look at the 2-hour time frame chart, that's the 120-minute chart. Let me actually open this up, expand it, see what we see here. So this morning, as the ES Mini on a 30-minute basis was forming a 30-minute Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal at 3 o'clock this morning, what we were getting was a TD9 count bottom for that 2-hour time frame. So the first level of support, which has been busted through, would have been that oscillator and change line. That was at 41.55. What we can see here is that there is a new profile that formed. When I say new profile, it formed about 6 hours ago, 5-6 hours ago, and it was above price. That's a bearish message. Now, that doesn't mean that price won't go test that level. The key area here, John, for you to be watching and observing is 42.19. 42.19 is the center of that bullish structured 120-minute profile. If this is just a counter trend move, that should stop price dead in its tracks. It's not that price can't stop dead in its tracks at 42.02. That's the bottom of the profile. But what you're really looking for here as a message is any counter trend move on a 2-hour time frame chart should find resistance at 42.19. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for the question. We get back to this breakout here. We do have at least one question that has come in. I don't want to, it came in by email earlier this morning. I don't want to get too far behind on these. And so we'll take a look at ticker symbol. We'll take a look at ticker symbol RSX. It's really kind of pertinent to today because that is the Van Eck Russia ETF that one of our gunners wants to take a long position in. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So now we got the charts for RSX. That's the VanEck Russia ETF out there. And LR, Larry, wants to, believe, take a long position. Regarding our next, could you discuss this daily, weekly, monthly TAS profiles and describe a reasonable entry point, if any? So what we have out here, Larry, is you now have a confirmed weekly A to B equals CD to the downside. So the swing point was the swing point from the week that began January 24th, kind of ties out to our U.S. markets out here. But right now, price is clearly below that, and with volume. The volume there back on the week of January 24th was 58 million shares. You're already at 103 million shares. Now, what I want you to notice here, Larry, is that the retracement of the B to C leg was a 0.382. It was really 36.86. We're going to go ahead and round it up to a 0.382 retracement. That says that odds favor on a weekly basis. This is more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the downside. That suggests, if you're asking me where buy points might be in this, you're looking at $9.90, maybe $5.63, but you're not looking at $15.06. Now, the problem, so in prices below all profiles, daily, weekly, and monthly out there. As I pull over my white background chart, just looking for other signals out here, I don't have anything. I mean, I do have wave number 7, the daily time frame, but I'm going to consider that to be fairly weak based upon what we just looked at on the weekly time frame. Nothing as far as the bottom signal on the weekly out here. Yeah, no signal at all that I see on the monthly chart. You're pulling back into the March 2020 lows out here. 1576 is a key level of support, but you're trading below that right now. That was a monthly TD9 count breakout area that eventually held the March 2020 area, but maybe this time it doesn't look like it's actually going to hold with regard to that confirmed A to B equals CD to the downside on a weekly basis. So can't recommend stepping into this, but best of luck to you, should you. I'd really pay attention to that weekly chart out there. It's really giving you an important signal. Let's go to Colorado and speak with Joe. Joe, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Good, thanks. How are you, Steve?
Excellent. Thanks so much for asking. And the ticker symbol we're going to look at here is KEYS. So tell the folks what you're doing and how I can best help you.
Looks like it's trying to bottom. Might be short term. I don't know.
Okay. So you don't have a position, but you're looking to get a position in this.
Correct.
Any specific reason why this instrument?
They're very heavily involved in 5G.
Okay.
Pickaxes and blue jeans, you know.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at the white background charts. By the way, price is trading below the bottom of the daily and weekly profile. So the next level of support from a weekly standpoint would get you down into about the 132 area, Joe, and that's a little rising trend line on the weekly time frame. From a support standpoint on a monthly basis, the area to watch here is 155.79, and that is the top of the monthly profile. If we see a close below 155.79, what that would really suggest to us is that your buy point might be in the 139 to 145 level. So that's what the black background charts and has market profiles are showing us. Are you able to see our charts? Are you watching this on Tiger TV by any chance?
I am, yep.
Okay. Any question about these charts before I switch over to the white background charts for you?
Nope.
No, perfect. So let's go take a look at those white background charts. And what we're looking for here, folks, is we're looking for a bottom signal to help Joe and say, yeah, okay, there's an entry. So it may be trying to bottom, but what it did yesterday was it closed below its TD9 count bottom that had formed on January 28th. So that says what this needs in order to form another bottom is some type of signal. Now, you have a Rhodes momentum indicator signal that has been triggered. You could get a bullish reversal candle by day's end. Just depends upon where it closes. But what you really need to see here, and this is troublesome because you're trading below the bottom of that daily profile. And so your resistance points right now on this white background chart are 158.74 and 162.09. 158.74, that's going to change up and down as price moves up and down, but that's a key level you'd have to get through. Once you get through that, you can't celebrate because you got another battle at 162.09. Now, if you get through 162.09, this would say you'd make a move to 173.01. 173.01 is the center of its bearish structured profile, and that's where price found resistance on February 10th, found resistance on the trading day of February 2nd. So if you do step into a long position and price makes its way up there, you're really looking for price to close above that level. Any questions about the daily white background chart that we're taking a look at?
173.01, you said?
173.01, that is your real significant resistance level, and that is the center of its bearish structured profile. At the center of a profile, Joe, you have both buyers and sellers. Let's just call it equal, 50-50. At the top of a profile, you have nothing but sellers. At the bottom of a profile, you have nothing but buyers. Since the center is much closer in proximity to the top than the bottom, we have more sellers lined up between 173.01 and 178.47. Does that make sense? Did I clearly articulate that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And so right now what you and I know, because that level has been tested, is 173.01. So that's where your real significant resistance area is. On a weekly time frame, as we look for bottoms, this is going to form bar number 8, or appears that it will form bar number 8 this week. We need the 9th bar to form. In order for that to occur, that would be next week, you would need to see a close coming into next week's session below 166.21. If you get a rally up above that, and it's next week, that pattern will not come to fruition. It could be a lower low. It could be bar number 8, or it could be bar number 9. That would be next week, or it even could be the bar following that. So what you'd really like to see is some type of bottoming signal on a daily time frame, and then come back to the weekly and say, okay, this is showing us a bottom pattern as well. Real quickly to the monthly time frame, the only pattern out there is just simply price pulling back and holding the support area. If I look real quickly to a 30-minute time frame chart, I don't see anything here that suggests that we have, or that this has bottomed. You've got a TD9 count pattern on the 60-minute chart out there. I typically use 65 minutes for a instrument like this, but I chose the wrong set of charts out here. But nonetheless, price is up at a resistance level on a 60-minute time frame, and if price can clear this resistance level, which, by the way, is at 155.38, then you can see a move to 160.19. But right now, Joe, I just don't see the bottom patterns. Is there something else that I can provide you with for KEYS?
Not at this time, but thanks so much.
You bet. Thanks so much for the call. That was Joe in Colorado. We do have let's go back to the RSX. Did I? Oh, no, we already did RSX. Okay. So the next question that came in is from Mimi. And Mimi wants to take a look at DBN and USO. DBN, is that Devon Energy, I believe, or something like that? Let's go take a look at DBN. Let's pop it up on our charts, and we'll know here momentarily. Devon Energy Corp. Devon Energy Corp right now, you've got a brand new profile out here, Mimi, and your support level, and so far it's held, is at 52.44. Resistance is at 55.64. Price is also holding the support of the top of its weekly profile. That top is 52.39, and price is well above the monthly profile. So let's go ahead and bring Devon on our white background charts over. We'll take a look at the daily, weekly, and monthly. Do we see any kind of a topping pattern or signal out here? Well, I'm certain there's an A to B equals C. There's a sell the D point pattern that formed a couple of days ago, trading day of February 22nd, when it generated that bearish engulfing candle. So that's really going to be your resistance level. You need to see a close above 58.03 in order to negate that sell the D point pattern. On a weekly basis, you're going to have, or appears that you will have, a TD9 count. You will have a TD9 count if this week price closes above 51.55. We'll finish taking a look at Devon, DBN, when we get back from this break.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other tigers and tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at Devon Energy, DBN for Mimi. We already identified a sell the D point pattern on the daily time frame. Support is holding right now, the bottom of the new profile that's forming. The weekly chart has a sell the D point. It has wave number 7. Of course, that cannot be confirmed until next week, but you do have wave number 7. You've got bar number 9. Looks like bar number 9 should complete this week. Again, in order for that to happen, you've got to see a close this week above 51.55. Now, right now, let's say the week was closed here, right here and now. Even though you've got a topping signal, Mimi, price is trading just right at its green oscillator and change line above the top of the weekly profile. So that would really give you a neutral signal. On a monthly basis out here, you're in bar number 7. You do see an oscillator and change line that has changed color. So at some point in time, we're going to see that line and price catch up to each other. It's usually when you get a topping signal for this time frame. We don't have that yet. So this is suggesting on a longer-term basis that those support levels can hold, that Devon Energy would go target the 65.50 level. That's its TD9 count breakdown area. So hope that helps you out. I know you also wanted to take a look at USO. That is the oil and service ETF out there, or one of the oil service ETFs out here. No, this is just the oil fund, USO. So you got USO right now trading out at 67.68. It's above the top of its daily, weekly, and monthly profiles out there. Let's take a look and see if there's any kind of signals for its daily, weekly, or monthly time frames. If we look at the daily, there's no topping signal at all. Now, there is a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, but you would need a bearish reversal candle. A red-bodied candle does not mean it's a bearish reversal candle. It just tells us where price opened and where price is trading right now. But you do not have a topping pattern as we speak on the daily time frame. So this just suggests higher price. On a weekly basis for USO, you do have the bar following bar number 9 of a TD9 count. Now, that says whatever the high is this week, currently the high for the week for USO is up at the 70.24 level. If price closes above that next week, this tells you about a very strong momentum upward move for USO on a weekly time frame, and its next target level would be 106.56. The monthly time frame for USO shows us what? Shows us nothing but bullishness there. No topping signal whatsoever. Should continue to move higher. The next target area being in about the 108 level. So that's what we see when we take a look at USO. I imagine if we were looking at Lightspeed Crew, we'd see similar type messages out there. So Mimi, thanks so much for writing in and hope that helps you out. Have a terrific Thursday. Please join us tomorrow. By the way, we'll be recording the show early between 8 and 9. That might be really even more pertinent tomorrow morning between 8 and 9 because we can take a look at futures, what's going on in all the different futures markets out there because it could be a little wild overnight like it was last evening. Hey, we've got a caller on the line. It's Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Doing great, Steve. How are you?
I'm very well. Now, Brent, I have to ask you a question. I know, did you catch yesterday's show by any chance?
I did, and I hope you didn't lose any sleep over that question. That's fine. So you can ask me anything you want. And it wasn't anything that, I'm more than happy to answer any question you asked me.
Yes. I just, I thought about it afterwards, and it just, what I didn't follow through with was the reason I was asking the question, my thoughts and so forth. And so that's where I really lost the sleep over it. It wasn't a trick question or anything. We're really just trying to get a feel for what people are thinking about. Is this a war that the U.S. gets involved in? If it is, we have charts that tell us what the likely outcomes are and what to be looking for. If it's geopolitical, then we start taking a look at some of the bottom signals that are beginning to form between today and tomorrow out there. But right now, you're calling about a ticker symbol, BIRD, Allbirds Inc. What does Allbirds Inc. do?
I'm not in this, Steve. I only followed it because my wife bought some of their shoe company. And I want to say they're out of the Bay Area, I think around San Francisco.
Okay.
And I guess they're just very comfortable shoes, really likes them, and they came public. You can kind of see back there, there's not much. These ones are a little tricky because there's not a lot of history in the stock. It only goes back so far when it IPO'd.
Is it just women's shoes? Is it just women's shoes that they
I think they make, I think it's all different, male and female, and just different styles of shoes. I think they're primarily like walking shoes, but I don't know a ton about them. I just know the ones that she has, and that she's been happy with them. And then I've been watching it, of course, from that high it had and grinding its way down. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on the counts, but I think we're in bar 8 on the daily and the weekly. But you can take a look at that. And
let's look at that.
Yeah.
And you are right. There's not a lot of data here to give us a ton of information. And what I specifically mean is the profile information. So it's only the daily profiles that we have here, Brent. And right now, price is trading below that, has been for the last 4 or 5 trading sessions. But as to the current bar count, let's populate this. This is the daily time frame. And yes, you are absolutely correct. You are in bar number 8 out here. And in order to generate bar number 9 tomorrow, you're going to need to see a close below $9.10. So if you get that tomorrow, then you have a confirmed TD9 count bottom. Price has been pushing lower for a long period of time out there. I'm not even going to pay attention to that Rhodes momentum indicator signal right now. But yeah, so you'd have that TD9 count pattern to take a look at. Of course, when we do get a bottoming signal, we don't know if this is a bottoming signal or not right now. Bar number 8 can be, folks. So when we do get bottoming signals like that, what we like to do is go look at the shorter term time frames and see what kind of information they are providing for us. So Brent, at this moment, I'm going to go take a look at a 15-minute time frame chart out here, see if there's any important information. And at this stage, there isn't anything that I see out here to assist us. So we go to the 30-minute time frame chart. The 30-minute time frame chart says that if price can clear 879, that would be an indication of a potential bottom. Now, remember, if this were to rally today, you still have to get that close below the value that I gave you earlier in order to get a TD9 count bottom. But right now, we've just seen a move up to a counter trend area, which was $8.79, the TD9 count breakdown area for a 30-minute chart. On our 65-minute time frame chart, price right now is trading above the top of a bearish structured profile. And if you get 2 consecutive closes above 862, that suggests that this wants to continue to move higher. So that helps to sniff out the potential that today could be the bottoming pattern on that bar number 8. On a 130-minute time frame chart, I don't really have a bottoming signal as we speak just yet. And on the 195, I don't have one either, although I do see wave number 7. I take that back. So this really has potential. So now what do we do here, Brent? Do I buy a gift for Mrs. Brent?
That would be Leanne, is my wife's name.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, so now, of course, what you'd like to see out here is close above its oscillator and change line, which is 806. But you've got the makings. You absolutely have the makings of a TD9 count bottom out here. I don't know if it's better to wait till tomorrow or not. But is there any other information that I can provide you with on this or anything?
Could you take a look at the weekly, and was I right at not being in bar 8, or maybe you can take a look at that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for even reminding me. Yes. So you are in bar 8 here. In this case here, you do also have a Rhodes momentum indicator signal triggered. So you'd like to see at the end of the week some type of bullish hammer candle. And then from a weekly standpoint, in order to get bar number 9, next week you have to get a close below $10.75. So it's not often that you pull for lower price, but you do like to see a completed pattern. You know what I mean? When you get into it, especially if you get in early, you like to see that confirmation out there. So Allbirds Inc., Brent, it's a New Zealand American company that sells footwear and apparel. That's from Mr. Bill in the Tiger's Den. Hey, Brent, I hear the music coming on. You're welcome to stay on. If I've answered all your questions, thanks so much for the call, as always. And I'll look forward to speaking to you again soon. And, hey, tea and crumpets tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Thank you for going on early tomorrow, Steve. Have a great day and have a great week.
You bet. That was Brent in Martinez, California. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to Ron in Denver. And Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Doing great, Steve. Warming up here in Denver finally.
Perfect.
The reason I was calling about was this company called Commercial Metals, CMC.
Yes.
They're a metal and steel manufacturer. And somebody's trying to call on my line.
I hear that. Let's answer it. Let's put him on the phone. Let's get him on speakerphone.
That's my gal. Hold on. Let me get rid of her.
Hey, be careful how you say that.
And that's
okay. All right. We won't tell her that you just hung up on her.
They're metal and steel manufacturer, and it looks like it got hit hard this morning, like everything. But I think it looks like one that the sector should be in demand.
Sure. So let's take it from here. With regard to the move lower this morning, what it did was it found support at a rising trend line on the weekly time frame chart. That is the center panel out there. That happened to line up with the center of its bullish structured profile on a daily time frame, which is at 33.71. So price basically pulled back to support today, and it is held. Let's go take a look at those white background charts and see if we can find out anything else for Commercial Metals Company out here. And on the daily chart, as we begin, what do we have? So I see the TD9 count bottom, and price is actually testing that swing point, which was January 28th. So I'm going to move from this chart here, Ron, and go back to that daily time frame so that we can get a volume metric. So the volume on that bar, which was January 28th, had 927,000 shares. You're at about 557,000 shares. So I can't tell if this is going to be a test and rejection on lighter volume. If it is, and price closes above 34.91, that suggests that you could see a run back to its recent highs, the recent highs in the 37.50-ish area, or maybe even get a poke up to the top of its weekly profile, which is 38.72. So let me pull this chart back here. So you'd like to see a test and rejection of a swing point, Ron, on lighter volume. And at this stage here, it's almost too hard to figure out whether that will or will not happen. A resistance level, should you enter a long position here, your next resistance level will be 35.90. Now, that's not top of a profile or anything. That is the green oscillator and change line. And that's the area where you really want to see price close above. So right now that's printed at 35.90. And if you get that, then it suggests to move up to the 38.10 area. That's what the daily chart shows us. The weekly chart, Not really a whole lot more. It really seems like more of a consolidation to me. This formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top back in January, the week of January 7th, that is. It's really kind of been sideways just out here, so I don't have a real clear signal there. But let's go to a 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, see if there's anything of significance here. And I don't have any reason why it bottomed where it did other than that weekly rising trend line that you and I had looked at earlier. So I don't have a bottoming pattern at this stage of the game, but if price could close about 35.85, that would be a bullish outcome. Of course, you're only trading at 35.08 right now. So I don't have a real clear message. I don't have a reason to tell you not to take the trade.
It seems to have a series of higher bottoms, or just recently, or is that just now? Maybe I'm looking at real short term, I guess. No, okay. I appreciate it. You gave me those resistance levels, and I think I might get involved here, but makes me wonder whether you should get involved at all with what's going on in this world.
that's the real question out there. That is look, some stocks are going to move higher, some are going to move lower out here. Ideally you'd see better bottoming patterns, but this is a stock that you were watching. And this did form that nice TD9 count bottom back in the trade day of January 28th. And right now you've got to test that swing point and rejection. So you know that you've got some pretty decent support out there. And if price were to close below the low of that January 28th level, that low is 32.51. You'd see it move to 31.23. Do I have a compelling reason to tell you to take a long position? No. But do I have a compelling reason to tell you to not? I don't. And maybe you've hit on the only compelling reason out there, which is the uncertainty. With regard to really, it's not so much the uncertainty of what's going on in Europe. The uncertainty is what's the role that the U.S. is going to play here, and I really think that's the question. And I don't know what our role is. Do you know what our role is by any chance?
Well, if they could convince Ukraine not to say they're not going to join NAFTA, maybe that'd take the pressure off.
Well, not NAFTA, but
is it NAFTA? No, not NAFTA, but
our alliance, NATO. Yeah, the NATO. Yeah, but Ron, they could have done that well before the war broke out. That was an easy thing to do.
Yeah,
that was a simple thing to do. That was a simple thing to do.
Instead of encouraging them to join, we should encourage them. Just keep pat, stay pat. The risk is too big. I don't know.
What would have been a simple thing to do?
I don't think the sanctions, they put sanctions on them in 2014. That didn't help. I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah, well, that's what we really need to answer, and you need to kind of answer it for yourself. If the U.S. is not going to be too involved.
Unfortunately, the same guys that are going to lead us are the ones that took us out of Afghanistan.
Well, that's true too. It is a crazy world we live in.
Anyway, that's a worrisome situation.
Yeah. Well, Ron, thanks so much for calling.
I appreciate your information. Thank you, Steve.
You bet. You have a great day. Now, we've got a question that came in from Hector. I believe I'm trying to keep this in order if I can. And Hector wanted to take a look. Hector and Patty wanted to take a look at a couple of different instruments, some of their favorites, CVX, Chevron. And in the case of CVX, it's very similar to what we looked at for Devon Energy. Very similar in the fact that price is pulled back right now. It has tested and rejected the top of its daily profile. So even if we see a top out there, the signal would be neutral. Now, price is well above the weekly chart and well above the monthly, when I say weekly chart, the weekly profile and the monthly profile. So all that looks really good. So let's bring over CVX, Chevron, and see if we can see any other kind of signals out here. And as we open this up and we look at I've got the weekly chart. The weekly chart has a TD9 count top. But Hector and Patty, all that has transpired thus far is a pullback to test that green oscillator and change line. And that is still bullish. Now, it's bullish, but you have a topping signal. So really our signal here for CVX, Chevron, is neutral for the weekly time frame. For the daily time frame out here, what do we have? We actually have a TD9 count top, a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. That took price right back to its breakout level from 2 days ago, which was 130.51. That area is held. So you're really kind of in a this is more, not bearish, but it's less than neutral. If there's another gear that's less than neutral. And so this looks like price could easily get back and test that 130.51 level, but that's only if you see it close below 132.75. 132.75 is the top of that daily profile, and that is a key area. So because above the top of the daily profile, I'll go with neutral-ish on the daily time frame as well. So you got neutral on daily, neutral on weekly, and the monthly chart out here says, I don't know what kind of neutral signal you guys are talking about. It wants to continue to move higher. So you've got your battles out here, and if price can take out its high, that high is a trading day from February 11th, and that's at 139.44, then it's off to the races to the upside. The second request that Hector and Patty had was to take a look at, what was it? Oh, what was it? So it's off of my screen. And can I get this back? Yeah. Wells Fargo. That's right. So let me get Wells Fargo. We're going to go to a break here, Hector. So I'll get the Wells Fargo charts fired up for it. When we come back from break, we'll go right to Wells Fargo. I'll probably skip the black background charts because we are in the last segment of the show out there. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back. So we'll take a look at the Wells Fargo. WFC is the ticker symbol out here. You can see a gap down this morning. There's an A to B equals CD pattern that is present. It's not drawn in here. All you need to know is you just have to wait for a bullish reversal candle to confirm that pattern. Today will become bar number 8 of a TD9 count. This suggests that Wells Fargo could could bottom between today and Monday out there. You'd really like to see that bullish reversal.
Now is the time to pre-order. Buy a new
the
Wagoneer or
CD
Jeep Compass at Suncoast.
What the heck's going on in my ear?
Let the Jeep Compass lead your way with eye-catching design.
Can you guys hear me in the Tigers
trail-rated performance? Or strike the optimum balance between the classic and the contemporary with the Wagoneer, the new standard for American premium automotive. Don't miss these amazing offers happening now.
Barely.
Suncoast,
Yeah, there's something.
CDJR,
Yeah, radio over my
President's
voice.
Day
I hear that
sales
too.
event.
So, okay, we got that up. All right. So on the weekly
you
time
go to
frame chart,
mypillow.com, you scroll down till you
boy.
get to the radio
So the
listener
weekly,
specials. Then you click on it. That's where you're going to save big when you enter the
there we go. So if we take a look at the weekly chart, under my apology, folks, you've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top on the weekly time frame. This says, be cautious out here, Patty and Hector. This looks like it wants to pull back, and I'd say 47.51 to 48.77 becomes a target. So be patient on Wells Fargo. On a monthly basis, price gets right up to its breakdown level of 54.04, and looks like this really wants to tag the 44.92 a share. That's the test of its oscillator and change line. So no, this is not ready for prime time out there. That is Wells Fargo. The next request was to take a look at Morgan Stanley. That's not from Hector and Patty, was from someone else. So we take a look at Morgan Stanley to end the show out here on a daily, on a monthly basis. Well, you have a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That suggests move back to 79 to 84.99. The weekly chart out here has what? A Rhodes Momentum Indicator top price below the bottom of its weekly profile. That suggests lower price. The daily time frame out here has what? So we take a look at Morgan Stanley. You got bar number 9 that's going to form today. You've got a gap to the downside. Looks like perhaps with volume. I don't have the volume metrics here, but I just be careful on Morgan Stanley. Maybe we can take a look at this tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. sharp, really 8:06, when tomorrow morning show will be hosted live, and of course will be replayed from 1 to 2. Have a terrific Thursday, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.